in a way, you're frightened of what you could achieve, and if you went for it, just how awkward and inadequate the rest of us would feel. Could that be a Helen Bauer answer?
God, shut your whore mouth. Thank you.
Propose!
Welcome to Who Said That? 5 comedians armed once again with all we've got left at the moment, a press conference next to a dildo shop, and that's it. Oh, and the knowledge of each other's terrible brains. Dialing in today are Catherine Bohart, Sukh Ojla, Miles Jupp, and the woman who will punch anyone ahead of her in the vaccine queue in the dick, Helen Bauer. Is that fair,
Yay!
Helen?
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Are we excited about the vaccine? Are we cautious about the vaccine? Have we decided that this is all over and now the vaccine is out, we can just crack on?
I'm very disappointed.
Oh, are you?
I just thought we had a bit longer, staying in. I'm enjoying it. I know we're not supposed to say that. I don't want anyone to die or anything, but I really...
You're literally saying you want people to die? That is 100% how that just came across.
I'm not saying I want anyone to die. I just feel like the vaccine should be optional, and if you don't take it, you should get to stay in.
I don't know.
It's always nice to hear a different point of view, I think.
No, but was no one a little bit like, oh, I thought we had 6 more months?
I think you'll be left with like a COVID mark that people can recognise.
Like a BCG. And then
you've got your COVID. Yeah, I've got my COVID.
Yes, exactly.
Do we get
How
sugar
good
lumps?
would that be?
I want a sugar lump afterwards, for sure.
Okay, when did you grow up?
I'm 84 years old.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Sun cream, guys. Sun cream.
Sukh, are you happy about the vaccine, or like Catherine, are you taking the Jeff Norcott contrarian response?
How dare you?
Oh, come on, we know why you're doing it, Catherine. Claim to be an anti-vaxxer so you can get a nice tour going on. There's not enough right-wing comics, and there are no right-wing female comics, so...
How dare you? I'm already a queer lady. I don't need an angle.
I think I'm only really interested in a vaccine if it gives me superpowers.
Oh.
So that's my angle on it. I'll take a sugar lump because I didn't get a sugar lump after my BCG or after any of my injections. But I do hope that it's not quite like the BCG, Helen. I don't want the bullies to be punching me in the arm after it's been done. Did you ever get punched on your BCG site?
No, but I punched the...
Yeah, there it is.
Are you very violent, Helen? Is that your
I'm not. Thing? No, everyone thinks I'm violent, but I'm just 6'1", quite heavy set and half German. So everyone's like, "Oh, Helen's violent," but actually, it's just like you ran into me. I'm just bigger, so people think I'm violent, but I'm actually quite sensitive and like sweet. Actually, yesterday I was on a train and Maisie Adam was there, and she was looking out the window, and I just pushed the back of her head and laughed. I couldn't stop myself. I just panicked and I was like, oh, boom. She looked so upset.
So the game, we're playing a game. We're not just...
Oh, we must play the game, Mark.
Yes, we have to play the game. We're not just going to talk about Helen bullying people.
It needed to be said.
I doubt that conversation's over.
I'm fucking done with it because I'm choosing the Zen life from now onwards. So you can all go fuck.
All right, Helen. All right.
You choose Zen, Helen.
I'm choosing Zen. You could all go fuck yourself.
I heard it. People like, let's play the game. Let's play the fucking game.
What's it called when you fall in love with your, you're the hostage and you fall in love with the hostage?
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. I'm just putting that out there.
That you're all falling in love with me. That's all I heard from that.
I don't want to use phrases like crushing inevitability, but let's see how this plays out.
I actually love this for both of you. I'm here for it.
I know. Yes. I'm looking forward to the day that I get to meet them, get to be there when they meet in the flesh. Miles and Helen have never met each other, and this feels like a buddy cop film waiting to happen.
You don't think it feels like the first half of the lineup for a charity gig run by Mark Olver?
Also, I think you mispronounced rom-com. Rude.
Yeah.
Oh, rom-com. Yes, good point.
Why, what did you say?
The opening scene will be me like breaking banjo strings just fucking furiously. The ultimate rom-com start. I'll split you inside of me. Break me in two. It'd be so good.
I think
He
I've
was
seen that
shy and
film.
ran a bookshop. She was terrifying.
Oh my god.
Before we start, each
Mark.
contestant will take it in turn to ask a question. The answers will be texted directly to me and only me. I will read them out, and the questioner will receive points for every answer they pair with an answerer. Sukh, you seem the only one who isn't emotionally damaged by Helen Bauer at this stage of the show. So,
Yet.
can I take
You're
question
frozen,
number
Helen.
one
Oh, no, she's
from
back.
you, please?
Okay. My question is, what would your Spice Girl name be?
Sukh, slightly rude question, forgive me, but are you old enough for the Spice Girls? You look.
Oh, you're so kind. I've heard of them. No, I'm 36, so I was very much there during their heyday.
And were you a fan? Are you a fan?
I was a fan. I used to make, and I really hope to God that they never surface. We used to make little videos, me and my friends, on my friend's dad's camcorder. I was obviously Scary Spice because I was the only person of colour in our friendship group. And also I'm from Leeds, so I felt a real affinity with Mel B.
Who I've met and who I got on with a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Why
Who,
would
Mel
you-
B?
Yeah.
You've
where'd
met
you-
her?
I've met Mel B. I don't know if you're aware of this, if any of you are aware, but I do a little bit of TV warm-up sometimes, so just every now and then, 6 days a week. And I did the warm-up for the UK version of Lip Sync Battle that she hosted with Professor Green. And
Shut up.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
What did she smell like?
Great question.
Thank you.
I wasn't allowed that close.
Does
I
her
think she'd
face
have a
move?
perfume that you could smell from a distance.
No, I wasn't allowed that close. So I've got some answers for you. So I've got Fabulous Spice.
Okay.
I've got Sweet and Salty Spice.
Mhm.
And I've got Bread Spice.
Bread.
Bread.
Right.
Fabulous, sweet, salty, bread.
Well, my initial thoughts were I would say Fabulous Spice would be Miles because I was like, could this be quite a basic bitch answer? Sorry, Miles, I know I've only just met you.
Yeah, absolutely fine. If I'm one thing, it's a bitch. If I'm two things, it's basic and a bitch.
Helen, I'm so shocked at that I think Helen might be Fabulous Spice.
I'm the
Miles-
ultimate basic bitch. I've got like 3 notepads that have
I've had business cards
dreams
printed.
I've achieved. Look, like I'm simple as fuck.
I know, you know.
But fine, if you
So I'm going to say Helen is fabulous. Catherine is sweet and salty, and Miles is bread.
Oh, so you've changed your mind on Miles.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sukh, how have you made this decision, please?
I think I'm a very intuitive person, so I've just gone. I
But
don't
sure,
know.
Helen's the basic bitch, but you're just like a very intuitive person. Is it because of your star sign? Tell us it is.
Here's the thing: I'm a Gemini, guys.
I fucking knew it, you two-faced piece of shit. Get out of my zone. I'm a fire. I need space to breathe.
Sukh,
Was that right?
well, I mean, right about, well, you've frozen for a moment, so now you just look really smug. Oh, there you go, you're back. Were you right about the answers, or were you right about being intuitive? I suppose both those answers can be, both those questions can be answered with one answer, which is no. You got 1 point. You got one.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes, Catherine.
I'll do a clarification in a second, but my answer was not the answer that you gave on my behalf was not my answer.
Okay, right. What I would like to say is Catherine is the only one you got right.
Okay.
Catherine is autocorrect
So
Spice.
Catherine is now, but
Head
oh, I see. Oh, I understand what's happened.
So earlier you said, here's the group chat, and I said, sweet. And then you said, give us your answer for the first question.
and you
And I
went
said, salty.
I mean, stuck with Miles as fabulous, you would have ended up process of elimination having to give bread to Helen, which is basically how we get her to do anything. And you would have got 3 out of 3. You got 1 out of 3. You got salty spice, not sweet spice, salty spice, Catherine Bohart. So Miles is fabulous, bitch. Sorry, fabulous spice. He's a fabulous bitch.
I do feel like we learned something about Helen though in that round, because the immediacy with which she was like, even though she was fucking double bluffing. So bitch
I
came
thought
to
we were
play.
in a genuine competition. I'm now realizing that it's just a fun game, but I'm genuinely playing to win.
And I get to give bonus points however I want to. And I think I'm going to give a bonus point to Helen for bread spice.
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
Why? I really like bread.
And also I dressed as a loaf of bread today for the sake, like I'm focused. Thank you, Mark. Really appreciate it. Danke, danke schön.
No problem whatsoever.
Fair but short.
That's an aggressive act, because Catherine, as we know, is gluten intolerant. So you dressing as bread, Helen, is an act of just outright anger.
It is. Thank you for saying it. It's actually, she's violent on many fronts. It's
just very...
Honestly, Helen.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go under now with my violent chat and just talk slow and low until you get frustrated. Thank you for your feedback, Miles. Thank you so much. Let's move on and continue to play the game as
this conversation isn't over, Miles. Okay. Good luck, everyone.
Round 2. Sukh and Helen are joint in the lead at the moment with 1 point each. And it is Helen's question now. Helen Bauer, your question, please.
Who is a teacher that you feel has wronged you, and what did they do?
Were you wronged?
I was wronged many times, yes. And I did fight back.
Many times?
Many times.
By many different teachers?
Yes. There was a couple that I think really had it in for me, but mainly my drama teacher.
Did you ever wonder what the constant in this was?
I don't know. I think they were just jealous of me.
And it was all their fault?
Yeah, I was a child. I didn't know anything. I was a baby. I was a sweet 6-foot baby of 15 years old. I was all confused and messed up in my head. God, I was such a dick.
Okay, here we go. Answer number 1. Hide. I told him what I wanted to do for a living, and he said, "You can't do that." Dream crusher.
Oh my God, what a dick. Okay, yes.
This is number 2. Mr. Smith, for figuring out that I had written my essay with lots of spaces to make it look like I had written more than I had.
Okay, that's not even being wronged. That's just a teacher doing their job. So, okay.
And the final answer, Jesus imbued lifelong shame.
Someone here was taught by Jesus.
Someone here was taught by Jesus. It could be
Okay, well,
Jesus.
that rules the Irish out, doesn't it? Oh, no. It's not going to be a Jesus, is it? It's a comedian trying to do a funny joke instead of answering the question. So I'm just going to go on racist stereotypes. So Catherine the Irish. Oh, sorry, is that cool? I'm from Northeast Hampshire. We're just going to do the racist stereotypes. Yeah, everyone on board? Brilliant.
I don't think it's me you have to check that with.
Sukh, be a babe about it. I'm going to say Jesus, Irish, Catherine. I'm going to say essay, double spacing, I'm going to give to Miles because I feel like that's the biggest trouble he got into. And I'm going to go for hide, dream crusher, Sukh, because I feel like Sukh would use the phrase, he crushed my dreams, because she, as a friend of Sukh's, is an extra person, and she would 100% see a little sentence like that as a dream being crushed instead of just like a little thing someone mentioned casually in the corridor. Did I get all points?
You got 1.
Are you fucking kidding me? Racism does not work, guys, and I have learnt that lesson today.
Racism does work because that was the only one you got right. The Irish one.
Yes! God, I
let
love
that
the
be an
Irish.
attitude. Racism does work.
Sukh
Catherine,
did the essay spacing?
Catherine was taught by Jesus.
We're all taught by Jesus.
We're all taught by Jesus.
Mm-mm.
Also, specifically, most of my lessons did start with Jesus tells us. So I think it counts.
Yeah, absolutely. But you
Sounds
you
like
got
Jesus was a bit of a
Miles-
gossip.
But you got Miles and
Why do you think he
the wrong
had
way round.
12 apostles if not to spread the
I
word?
can't believe I got them the wrong way round.
You have to believe it because it's true. You got them the wrong way round. Miles was told by Mr. Hyde, you can't do that. Mr. Hyde is a crusher.
What job had you told him you were going to do, Miles?
I told him the job that I do.
What is it you do now?
Yeah, you're being very vague on that, Miles. Are you,
Oh right.
Are you an assassin?
I'm an all-round entertainer. I do
Can you
acting,
dance
Mark.
for us?
I'm
Dance for us, Miles.
dancing is that's. I mean, I think that's next.
I think so
but it's building up to it. No, I do ideally I'd just appear in period dramas, but I have to do sort of cheap things like comedy as well.
But when did you?
Oh my God!
Oh,
Ouch.
wow, shade.
Did you tell Mr. Hyde that you wanted to be a stand-up, or did you tell him you wanted to be an all-round entertainer? Because if you told him
I have never ever said my ambition is to be an all-round entertainer.
Yes, you did. You tap danced when you said it. You told me before.
On this thing. No, I said I'd like to be like an actor and a comedian. And he went, "Oh, you just can't do that." As if it's not on the list. It was that sort of.
But Miles, I don't care what Mr. Hyde says. I think you can if you work hard enough and you really knuckle down. It's right round the corner for you.
I'm at some point just get off my arse and put the hours in.
I like the fact that you had a teacher called Mr. Hyde as well. That's really that's quite gothic.
Yeah. He was quite sort of had sort of two personalities really.
Was his first name Doug? No.
Doug Hyde, yeah. His first name was Bird.
Even better.
So, Helen, you got one.
Bird hide, Helen. It's a thing. It's a type of hide. You could say cowhide.
So I thought we were just making jokes on Jekyll and Hyde, and then I lost it halfway through.
I just went to a different Hyde, Douglas, and then Miles went to another. It's like it's where somebody who isn't you tells a joke, and then we all sort of collaborate and get momentum going. I know that.
But I don't get the joke. I don't get the joke. I'm not trying to stop the momentum. It's like Sukh doesn't get it either. She's not laughing.
I'm not blaming you, Helen, but can anyone tell me how you turn the volume down on these?
That is 1 point for Helen Bauer, and
Very good.
I am giving a bonus point to
Helen Bauer.
I'm going to give it to Miles Jupp. I'm going to give it to Miles Jupp because Mr. Hyde would never ever expect Miles Jupp to be able to do an online panel show that he's not getting paid for. So I'm going to give you a point for that and prove Mr. Hyde wrong.
Nice.
Thank you.
That guy.
So we are on 1 point for Sukh, 1 point for Miles, 2 points for Helen. She's in the lead, and Catherine Bohart has got no points at the moment. But this is your round,
Yes,
Catherine.
it is.
So you have got this, mate. What is your question, please?
My question is, and you can tell what I've been up to for the last 5 weeks, but my question is, what 3 things does a prospective love interest need to be able to handle to date you? So
what would someone have to be able to handle to date Catherine Bohart, CB?
Oh,
because that's literally what this question is.
I know, but I didn't think about my own answer.
I am so willing to answer on behalf of Catherine.
Please, yes. Helen gets me. Go on, be my pimp. Tell me what I need.
Okay, so you need to be. I was at Catherine's recently, and I stood up whilst eating a pizza, and her face looked absolutely mortified. So her usage of plates, I'd say, is really, really up there.
I do like cutlery and plates.
I'd say a need to not have any opinions on interior design. She is in charge. I would not join in with it. I would not give an opinion apart from it's perfect. You do not buy anything. You do not know anything. You are in her palace. And the last one I would say is just the ability to allow her to talk and not interrupt, because she will keep going for the same sentence and she will not give up.
Thank you
I love
so
you
much,
so much, baby girl.
I love you too. It was great. It was actually very supportive. Thank you. It was like, fucking be a grown-up, don't touch my stuff, and don't interrupt me. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You said it more kindly, but now that you've said it, maybe I will put that on Hinge.
Do it.
Don't touch my stuff and do not interrupt me. Right.
Catherine.
Yes. I'm dying to hear.
Your question was, what 3 things does a prospective love interest need to be able to handle to date you? Okay, Here we go. This is person number 1. Person number 1, an ability to discuss awkward subjects like genocide in moments of silence, a willingness to get engaged at Disneyland, pretend not to notice my secret eating. That is number 1.
I mean, that's a bit obvious, but all right.
Answer number 2. Just to let you know, they could be playing games here.
I'm trying to figure out how close Sukh and Helen are, because that is what I would say if I was pretending to be Helen. But
me and Sukh are close.
2.
We've gone moisturizer shopping before.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're moisturizing. Let's hear the next one.
Answer number 2. The ability to handle wild mood swings, to handle me sighing without minding, to handle being a militant vegan.
Okay.
And answer number 3, my need for space, my general neediness, sleep farts.
That's a great one.
That could also be Helen. It's crazy.
No, I told you that in private, and I got out of the bed, and
Helen,
it was because of
you
the
didn't
force
tell me
of
that
the
in
vomit
private.
that made me fart.
You told me that at a gig to 200 people online that you seem to keep forgetting are there, and you know that wasn't private. And those weren't sleeping. You were vomiting at the same time. Those farts can't count as the ones when you were sleeping. Honestly,
I looked like a horse naked exploding out of both ends. It was very humbling for me.
Apparently horses can't vomit, so you look like your own thing. Don't be blaming them. I'm just gonna go predictable, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm gonna go Disneyland is Helen. Sighing is this is tricky. This could be any way round, actually. Now I'm annoyed. I'm gonna go mood swings for Miles. You can only learn what you're taught. And then I'm gonna go sleep farts for Sukh, and I think I could be wrong on all counts. What a nightmare.
Catherine?
Yeah.
You really are taking this quite seriously, aren't you?
I've been alone for 5 weeks. This is all I have. I don't know. Was I not clear?
Yeah. You got 3 out of 3, mate.
Yes!
Very good.
Absolutely nailed that. Perfect.
Yay! I love that you said need for space and neediness. What a changeable and sweet woman.
And the Disneyland genocides was...
Yeah. That's classic Helen. That's first date
really,
stuff.
that's like 100% me. I don't think I've ever gone on a date without bringing up the Holocaust or Rwanda. Like, I've got such a problem.
You get to be the bonus point giver now because you got 3 out of 3. So,
I made it easy for you, babe. Come on, do the right thing.
You have made it easy. So it is between Miles and Sukh. So
I've got your address. I'll give it out. I'll tweet your address out if you don't pick me. I will do
my
it.
address.
No, I will.
I'm very lonely. Tweet it, babe. Tweet it. I actually got an email from my agent last week who was like, "Please stop telling people where you live." So I do have to stop doing that on podcasts. I'm gonna give it to sweet, earnest sleep farter, Sukh.
Oh, there you go.
I want to be clear, Helen. It's just because she's my favorite. Oh my.
We are going in to round 4.
Sorry, Mark.
The final question proper. Miles, this is your question.
Yeah.
Is...
Okay. If Mark Olver arrived on your doorstep, naked and pleading for help, who is the first person in this industry that you would gleefully tell, and why?
I mean, you live about 30 minutes away from me, Miles, so it's most likely to happen to you, I think.
Do you think you'd be nude? Do you think you'd set off nude? Or do you think you'd wait till you were parked outside and then get it all off?
Well, with no tolls, I think I could do the whole journey naked now.
Yes, whereas before, one always felt slightly self-conscious, didn't you? Putting coins in one of those big bins when you're completely nude.
Absolutely.
You felt sort of oddly vulnerable. Yeah.
Yes. But you would, I don't know, I picture you covering me in a cape. And,
a cake?
A cape.
Come in, Mark. I better smear icing all over you. Yeah, a cape. I think I'd probably say, come in, Mark. Why not sit by the Arga? Have you been cold for a long time? Because if you have, it's dangerous to get hot too quickly. Chilblain. And I'd probably make you a cup of something. And I'd say, what did you do, Mark?
God, you really, you do not get...
Did you get close enough to smell Mel B's perfume? Is that what you've done?
You do not
have you been thrown out of the guild, Mark?
Miles.
Speaking.
Are we ready?
We are.
These answers?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, here we go. I take a photo, then I would create a Facebook profile, comedian on the open mic circuit, add loads of friends, join Comedy Collective, and post it and send it in a blank letter to Chortle.
Okay.
Answer number 2, Helen Bauer. She scares me.
Oh my God! Did someone put? Oh well, no. Maybe I did. What?
But wait, why would they? So they'd send it to Helen because she scares them.
Or would I send it to myself?
Answer number 3, my agent. She is litigious.
Litigious.
Litigious. Litigious.
Litigious.
Litigious.
Litigious.
Litigious.
Okay.
Litigious.
Take a photo and send it to Helen Bauer.
Is that a note for later, Miles?
Yeah. I've made a note of all of these. Take a picture and send it to Helen Bauer. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. No, I would. That would be my hobby. I'll just leave that as a little post-it note. And if I go out for a walk or something and I see a part of nature that reminds me of Helen, I will send it to Helen.
Oh, nice. That's not what I was thinking.
That'll be really nice.
I know that's what you weren't thinking. Trust me, my phone doesn't have the memory. Right. It's because it's oddly pixelated, mine, and it will make it look like I didn't have a very good phone. This is impossible.
It's not
no,
impossible.
Miles, I want you to do it without insulting any of us. Go on.
I don't, but we're into different things. Go on.
Do it without insulting any of us. Helen Bauer, she frightens me. Well, I could understand why somebody might think that personally. I think they'd be wrong, but a perfectly fair viewpoint. Perhaps Helen's capable of frightening herself purely because she doesn't understand just how much potential she has. So maybe that's you, Helen. You're in a way you're frightened of what you could achieve, and if you went for it, just how awkward and inadequate the rest of us would feel. Could that be a Helen Bauer answer?
God, shut your poor mouth. Thank you.
Propose.
My agent, she is litigious. Well, someone with a Catholic upbringing might well use the word litigious. So maybe Catherine will put them.
God, Jesus.
He's not the answer to everything, Catherine.
That's just...
What's wrong? Litigious, and then the very considered. I think the very considered, careful idea is Sukh. That's what I reckon. I think Helen Bauer's frightened of Helen Bauer, and I want her to know she's not alone. I think Sukh is the carefully considered one.
I'm such a babe.
Catherine wants legal.
I want everyone to know.
Catherine wants the sort of legal recourse.
Miles.
Speaking.
You got 1 correct.
I was so mentally prepared for 3, and I was going to do my kind of, oh my gosh, I'm so humbled face. But 1's quite good, isn't it?
You did, yeah, absolutely. You got Catherine Bohart right.
Right.
I can't lie for shit. I can't even pretend not to be myself. How tedious.
Miles, you got 1 correct. Sukh is scared of Helen Bauer. Helen Bauer was not scared of Helen Bauer.
In the best way, Helen.
You're
in a
not
healthy
scared
way. I'm scared of you in a healthy way.
I'm scared of your raw sexual appeal.
Thank you.
I'm going to give the bonus point to... I'm going to give it to Helen Bauer.
Yeah, I deserve that one.
I'm going to give it to Helen.
Because I had the best answer. It was the most creative and thought through. Simple.
The scores at the moment, Sukh and Miles are on 2 points each. Helen and Catherine are on 3 points each. This final round, if you fool me, this is my question to you. If you fool me, you will get 2 points, which means anyone can win. My question is quite simply, what is the best liquid? What is the best liquid? Please message in all of your answers. Catherine looked like she was looking around her room to look at liquids then. What is the best liquid? Good thinking face, Bohart. Good thinking face.
Thank you.
Do you have 4 answers in front of you?
Yes, sorry, I do. I've accidentally opened a different WhatsApp group.
Come on, Miles.
The 4 answers are tears, fairy, chicken stock, blood.
Was the second one fairy?
Fairy,
As in
tears,
fairy
chicken
what?
stock, blood.
Okay. I'm going tears, Sukh, chicken stock, Jupp, fairy liquid, Bohart, blood, Bauer.
But because I'm on my period.
He just used my mental illness against me, so
I know, that was so fucking nasty.
Yeah, it was
Also,
pretty
I'm
mean.
sorry, why is Sukh crying? Why can't the man... why don't men cry?
You
I
get
can't win.
2 points if you fooled me. I feel really more confident on this round than any other show. I feel like I've got 4 out of 4.
Well, shall I tell you how many you got right?
Yes, please, Miles.
You got 1.
Oh!
You got 1 right.
Proving once and for all that women are a fucking mystery.
Yes.
We're also
Proving exactly that
fucking
point.
psychopaths.
The only one you got right was your was me, your fellow male, whereas the others are just absolute
You don't
riddles
know
as far as you're
me.
concerned, Mark.
No.
You could not read between the lines. Catherine's favourite, well, the liquid she considers best is tears. Sukh is blood. And Helen likes fairy liquid because
I like the bubbles, bitch.
she likes the bubbles.
Why
and she knows that
blood?
as long as it's combined with hot water, and it has to be hot, it can shift any grease.
Sukh, blood.
Yes.
Suck blood. Suck blood.
You know why? Because I thought there might be a follow-up question like, well, could you live without it? And then I was like, no, let me put down blood.
Very good.
Nice. Nice.
Very good.
Go ahead.
Could you live
Nice.
without tears?
I couldn't.
No,
They're
I
such an
can't
essential
understand.
part of how I communicate with people.
Get this guy off the topic of sex. Get it. Chill out.
The final,
Mother, when a man cries, is he happy?
the final scores. Miles Jupp gets 2 points.
Oh, that is... I've absolutely limped home.
Look, gets 4 points.
Very good.
And our joint winners this episode
No.
are Bohart and Bauer. With
No, I'm sorry. No, we're not doing that. Pick a winner. Pick a winner. We're not doing the joint thing. No,
There has to be a
sorry. I'm not
tie-break.
having an Ireland-Germany draw.
Yes.
Pick a
I
winner.
finally have somebody to get. We're doing this together, Helen. It's so nice.
We're not. I'm not sharing. I'm not.
There has to be a
I'm not
tie-break, Mark.
alone. I'm not
Give us
alone.
a question. Give us
There
a
doesn't need to be
general
a-
something.
We both won.
No, I'm not sharing. I don't want to do that. Sorry. No, thank you. Tiebreaker question.
Simon, the producer, literally just sent me a text. Fine.
Said I've-
Catherine wins.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon. Helen, thank you so much.
Why does she win? Why does she win?
Because I'm not being a little brat.
I think
Helen,
Miles
we
is
know
totally
this
right.
hasn't
It's all
been
about
easy
King
for you,
Solomon.
but we hope you've learnt something.
I've learned that I have to dream, believe, and achieve. This is bullshit!
How long did you keep that on your chair?
The length of the entire recording. Oh,
Catherine Bauer wins, and that is the end of this episode. Thank you very much, Sukh. Thank you very much, Miles. Thank you very much, Helen. But the winner, the champion of this week, is Catherine Bauer. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done,
Thank you.
A worthy
Thank
winner,
you.
Catherine. Very well done.
Thank you, Miles. That means a lot.